Hi, this is Alan Lord again. All of you who have been watching these YouTube videos know that we're doing beer with Alan, but neither one of us have a beer, so we have to work on that. We can work on that. I'm here today with Greg Mueller, and we're at Lake Lorelei, which is in Brown County. And Greg owns a space out here, along with my family, and Kathy Menke-Igo lives on the other side of the lake. And we're going to do a little bit of interview with Greg and have him tell us a little bit about what he's done since high school. So, Greg, why don't you just tell us what went on?
Well, I've been kind of laid back a little bit. We both went to college. We did the college scene. And as soon as we got out of that, we just kind of worked. Angela was a nurse, so it kept us pretty much in good money.
Where'd you go to school?
UC.
You went to UC? What'd you study?
Liberal arts. I was just a liberal arts person, history major, and nothing in particular that kind of assisted me with my job. Because then I got into the car business and worked for Ford for a while, and then left Ford when the economy got bad thanks to Carter.
Yeah.
Your buddy Carter did us in there.
Not
and
my
then,
buddy.
well, and then from Ford we went to Chrysler. I stayed with Chrysler until 2004.
What'd you do with in the car business?
I was a business manager for Chrysler, and then I was working in the dealerships as finance.
So you worked in car dealerships. Now they're usually owned by the car dealership
They are.
people.
They're owned unless they're kind of in trouble.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the Chrysler will put a rep in there.
Did you do that in Ohio?
Yeah.
Well,
Cincinnati zone.
Well, you might have known a company that sold credit life insurance called Acceleration.
Sure.
Well, I audited Acceleration from the time they were this big. There were 2 auditors on it, all the way through to when they went public and all that kind of stuff. I worked for Ernst & Young. Oh, well, it was Ernst & Ernst in those days. But if you're in the car dealership financing business, you probably know about Acceleration Insurance Company.
Sure, absolutely.
It was owned by all the car dealers.
Absolutely.
And I was one of the main auditors for those guys for my entire.
We wrote a lot of policies for them.
Yeah.
That was a big deal.
Yeah, they kept me busy. So you did that, and then so you stayed in both sides, working for the auto manufacturers as well as the dealers, or you just switched around to the different dealers?
No, it was primarily with the dealerships, and then of course we had to do a lot of remotes and this and that. With being with Chrysler Financial, then I had to do all that. I do the audits on the stores,
right?
To keep the floor plans correct. I had to do some repossessions for a while, and that was miserable. And we did a lot of running back and forth to Florida. We sent a lot of those down to the auctions down there, and then when they changed the laws and they made everything be done in Ohio, got to stay up here a lot.
So you worked in that auto industry for how long?
2004, when 9/11 happened. Of course, the economy went sideways, and everything kind of caved in, and domestic car business was just terrible. And they cut back and cut back and cut back, and Chrysler was right at that stage where they were getting bought out by a hedge fund group. And when they came in, they cut everybody. They just cut back and cut back and cut back, keep funneling all that money back into it to show a profit. And then when that ran out, and they started selling property off, and that's when all hell broke loose. So, yeah.
You retired then, or
yeah? I thought I could retire because we had bought a lot of rental property, and we had that sprinkled all over the place, and we were doing all right with that. And then, but it was still boring. Bruce Cate was right next door to a building over there in Deer Park. We had several properties in Deer Park over there, and he said that he was working for that nursery, Binkett's. And he had a little side industry with fertilizers and all kinds of stuff that he sold to them and other people. But and he asked me, he said, well, why don't you come up here and drive a school bus? He was driving a school bus for Indian Hill. And I said, well, I'm not gonna have it. Went over there and it was fun. It was fun. I had a blast with those kids. They were just it was a good time.
So you said you did that for like?
Oh, I did from 2004 till last year. I finally retired out. Your governor, Casey, goofed up the pension plan.
No matter which is Republican or Democrat, either way it's my governor. Right?
Well, that's more of a closet Democrat there. So anyway, that kind of goofed that up. So they suspended everything for 5 years, and they froze all the pensions. And I thought, well, I'll bail out on this because they had a little bit. And I really was my goal there on that pension fund was just to get enough to support.
Well, that probably got you in some Oprah's money, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I got that. Got in on that, but I had enough time for the medical.
That's a good deal.
Goal.
Oh yeah, but that's a good deal.
So and then, but I'm still subbing for them, and we're still I still work for a little company over there. There's a retirement village in Montgomery called Twin Lakes for retired billionaires, and they and I drive them around and goof around with them. Tom Camp works over there. Don't remember that name? His parents were big into politics in Deer Park. The Camps.
Yeah, I don't know them.
Well,
I left Deer Park in '68, really, so.
Then you probably wouldn't remember, but he's still very active over there. He had a nice business for a long time, and he worked over there.
We want to thank Angela, your wife, here for taking our videos this time. So when he's pointing over there, that's what he's doing.
Right. Just referring to you.
So that she's helping us by taking the videos. So what do you do in your spare time now?
Well, we bought this fixer-upper.
And you can kind of pan this around if you want to and kind of show them the nice view you guys have got. You can see the lake. It's really nice. So you bought a fixer-upper.
We bought this fixer-upper. We sold off all the rental properties a year or so ago and got out of that fiasco. I shouldn't call it a fiasco. It was just a lot of tedious work.
That's right.
And so she retired finally after 45 years at the same hospital. Oh, that's incredible, man.
That's great.
And bought this little fixer-upper here. So we spent our time doing this. I got a garage full of toys, goofing around. I restored cars for years. We did restorations on Model A's and Corvettes, me and a friend. And when he died, I kind of got out of that business and sold off all the stuff.
Well, it's not such a fixer-upper for those of you that actually come in here. He's got a double lot on the lake across from the main harbor part or the main cove part, so it's really nice. Well, our 5 to 10 minutes is probably up. Do you have anything else you kind of want to add?
No, let's all get together and see what we can do with this reunion.
Okay, we want to thank you all. We appreciate watching the video, and she can shut it off. Thanks.